Good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for joining us. I'm Sean Mooney. Angelique Lazardi has the day off. And we begin with a developing story, the Arizona Supreme Court's decision on abortion rights. Today, the state's high court upheld a 160-year-old law barring all abortions except in cases to save the mother's life. Now, it will make abortions in Arizona a felony, punishable by 2 to 5 years in prison for anyone who performs or helps a woman obtain one. The high court's decision does not take effect for 14 days. Until then, 15-week abortion ban remains in effect. Now, this decision leaves Governor Katie Hobbs and Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays very angry, they say. The fight for abortion rights is not over. And to cover it all today, we have team coverage. News 4 Tucson's political specialist, Eric Fink, is live in Phoenix, and Gabrielle Parrish is live here in downtown Tucson. And first, let's send things over to Eric Fink with more on reaction from the state capitol. Eric, a seismic ruling today.
Indeed, Sean. We got the news about 10 minutes before 10 o'clock this morning, and about 15 minutes later, Governor Hobbs coming in to address reporters and talk about this decision. I've covered the governor now for more than 6 years, dating back to her time as Secretary of State. I have never seen Katie Hobbs as emotional nor as stunned as she was today. She calls this a dark day in Arizona, and every single state legislator who stood by her side feels very much the same way. This decision coming down in a 4-2 ruling by the state Supreme Court this morning. The governor says this abortion ban dating back to the Civil War that will be enforceable in just 2 weeks' time is one of the most extreme abortion bans in the country. She calls it simply unacceptable. The ban, which was put in place 48 years before Arizona was a state, could send doctors and abortion providers to jail for 2 to 5 years. Attorney General Chris Mays says while she is the top lawyer in Arizona, no one will be prosecuted under a law from 160 years ago. She calls the decision unconscionable. First, let's hear from Governor Hobbs.
I'm devastated by this decision, and I know that many Arizonans are as well, and trying to figure out what this means for not just the health care they need, but in the future. We know that IVF is under attack. We know that contraception is under attack. The ballot box is the way that voters can have their say. I certainly think that this will motivate voters in November.
No woman or doctor will be prosecuted under this draconian law. No woman or doctor. It is one of the worst decisions in the history of the Arizona Supreme Court, if not the worst.
That from Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays. Coming up today at 4 o'clock in about an hour here on News 4 Tucson, you're going to hear from State Senator Eva Birch. She had an abortion only weeks ago. Her reaction to this ruling, and it's a ruling that will cause ripple effects here for the presidential election. The ruling coming just 7 months before the presidential election. We got word earlier today that Vice President Kamala Harris will be on her way to Arizona for a rally on Friday. She'll be stopping in Tucson. Much more coming up in our next hour. We're live here in Phoenix. I'm Eric Fink, News 4 Tucson.